This podcast you are about to listen to will contain spoilers, misinformation, bad ideas, useless topics, and a lot of laughing. Performed by professional idiots that most of the time don't know what they're talking about. So take everything they say with a grain of salt. Now sit back, relax, try not to cringe, and enjoy the show.
What's up, guys, and thanks for tuning in to another episode where we try to talk about everything animation.
I do not want to be here.
Yeah, you do. You want to be here so bad.
I'm scared.
Don't be scared. I'm Jared, and this is
Josh.
Hazard Animation. And this is
Are you stuck?
Sorry, yeah. I got in the loop for a minute. Good. You don't have a nickname. You just Josh.
I didn't do a nickname.
Okay, it's fine. And welcome back. In case you didn't notice, I'm Jared and I'm in charge today, and Josh is not.
Yeah, keep me in your thoughts. This is going to be interesting.
Yeah, we'll see how this goes for him. He's very nervous because it's my episode, and so I get to decide what we talk about. And what I decided to talk about is, what are you watching right now?
What am I watching right now?
Yeah, what are you watching right now, Josh?
Well, honestly, since yesterday, I watched the 2002, I think it came out, Rescue Hero movie.
The 2002 Rescue Hero movie?
Yeah, you know, like the Rescue Heroes?
No.
You don't know what Rescue Heroes are?
I know the Rescue Rangers.
No, Rescue Heroes.
No.
Came out in the 90s. You're a 90s.
I know. I didn't see everything in the 90s.
I'm not 90s. And I know these things.
I'm looking it up.
Rescue Heroes.
Rescue Heroes.
And it was the Rescue Hero movie. I think it came out in 2002.
Oh, snap. Yes.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
You know what movie I'm talking about?
No, I didn't know that they did a movie.
So I was thinking, like, I want to see if I can get this movie on YouTube.
Like this one?
That one.
Yes.
Okay, so that movie, right? It's so cheesy.
Yeah.
It's really cheesy.
Yep.
But it's cool. It's like a nostalgic, so I watched it like the past day. I watched it yesterday like twice.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's a flashback.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was cheesy show movie. Rescue Heroes original series was cool in the 90s. Like, that stuff's cool.
Yeah.
But when that movie came out, it's like a 3. Again, we talked about this, I think, in Code Lyoko. For the time, 3D wasn't that.
Yeah.
So that was cheesy.
Yeah.
It was a decent story, though.
Okay.
So I watched that yesterday.
Cool. Rescue Heroes. So what do they do in the Rescue Heroes movie? What happens?
Rescue.
They rescue.
The Rescue Heroes.
What's the main storyline though?
So,
like,
spoilers.
in the movie, there's got to be some.
Yeah. So the main story. So in the beginning, you do like the introducing the Rescue Heroes. They have to go to this. I think it's like Colorado. Massive earthquake, right? So they have to save people from the collapsing building. And then one of the main guys, Billy Blazes. I know all their names. Don't judge me.
Wow.
Billy Blazes was like, it's already 8 a.m. Hopefully it's not this busy. Later, the day, like a little while after, this volcano that's in South America somewhere, I think, like erupted for the first time in like 800 years.
Okay.
Then they had to go rescue someone that was flying a little bit too close when it erupted. They wanted to fly right over the center.
Oh, yeah.
So it erupted with them over it. So they had to come back and rescue them. One of the characters, Rocky Canyon, he changes his middle name. He changes his middle name so many times, even in this movie. But Rocky Canyon was like the rookie at this point, like trying to get some show. But he's like, I'm gonna be team leader. That was like the whole thing. I want to be team leader.
I want to be team leader.
So then he messed up. Billy got hurt with this branch that had a thorn in it. Got his hand. There's more to that later. I'm going to spoil this for you. You're probably not going to watch it.
It's fine, yeah.
So then they go through, but the volcano actually caused a lot of world phenomenon. So, like, there started being floods in Philippines. There was fires in Canada that were, like, crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Earthquakes, lightning storms, all kinds of tsunamis, everything. Yeah. All from this volcano. Again, it was weird.
Wow. It's a super massive, like,
So then the rescue
affecting
heroes
volcano.
are like stretched like extremely thin. Like they
Yeah.
have 2 rescue heroes. They have like all over the world. Going avalanches was another one. And so someone kept calling, well, we need more people over here. Billy's like, I don't have anyone else to send.
Mhm.
So, and then you have the beginning scene. There's kind of some funny stuff, but going back to that thorn that Billy got was actually not ancient, but it was like a one of a kind species of thorn plant or whatever
Yeah.
that actually made him pass out.
Okay.
And it was like poison. So Rocky had to realize what caused this.
Mhm.
And he's like, wait a minute, it was my fault that the thorn, that I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, that's about, so then they get Billy back. One thing he said was, out of many one, was like his, right before he passed back out. And they're trying to distribute, like, Jake Justice was like, it's a really bad time for riddles, Billy.
Yeah.
Or like parables or something. I forgot what he
Yeah.
said.
Yeah.
It was like, this is a bad time. Like, we're in a world phenomenon. So what was happening with after the volcano, it was in the southern part of the hemisphere, all of the electrical clouds or whatever were going to circle, go to the North Pole, and then cover the whole world in smoke. And there would be, no one could stop it.
Yeah.
Then they had to create the world's biggest lightning rod
Okay.
to bring all the electricity
Out of the sky.
and save. That was it.
Because otherwise there'd be smoke
Yeah.
everywhere.
And then, like tsunamis, all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
There's some
Alright.
funny quotes in it too that were pretty funny.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I remember really liking it as a kid when I did watch it. The couple of times that I watched
Yeah.
it, because I was like, oh, these rescue guys. It's the same, like, cool thing. There was like a Transformers version of that
Oh,
where there
yeah.
was like all the rescue
Rescue bots
vehicles
or
and
something
stuff.
like that.
Yeah, something like that. And I was like, oh, this is cool. They go out and rescue, and there's all these cool machines, and they've got the big cannons and all the special equipment and stuff that's super cool. So I remember enjoying that a little bit, but just missed
Yeah.
out on a lot of it. So
yeah, like you said, the earlier stuff that was like the 2D, that stuff was really cool. There was some cool stuff in that.
yeah.
This one was really cheesy, but I
Mhm.
remember when I was a kid.
And you remember enjoying it.
Yeah,
That was a good trip down memory lane. I like that.
and I was like, I'm gonna watch it.
Nostalgia is a powerful thing.
Yeah,
Very powerful.
I think we talked about that with Code Lyoko also.
Yeah.
that
With a bunch of the shows that you've made me watch, you're like, this is so good. It's amazing. It's like the Hot Wheels, like making me watch
that's
the
not
Hot
fair.
Wheels movie.
Remember 5-year-old Josh?
That's what I'm saying. Is the nostalgia effect is
Yeah.
very strong.
It is.
And I get it. I get it very much.
Yeah. What about
Uh,
you? What show have you been watching?
So what I've been watching, or I should say rewatching, because I watched it a year or so ago or something like that. It's been a little while. Is Record of Ragnarok on Netflix.
Right.
Which, if you're unfamiliar with the show, it's about Ragnarok,
Right.
but it's a very different take on Ragnarok
Yeah.
than what you're familiar with. So you watched like 2 episodes.
So I know we were going to do a podcast in next week or so on Ragnarok.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I watched a little.
So
bit
you
of it.
watched a little bit of it, and so it's a very interesting take on like the Greek pantheon of gods and some other gods and different things, and so it's this Ragnarok happens. The gods are all like, yeah, we're gonna destroy the earth. It's done. Everybody's super terrible. So let's just end it.
Right.
But this Valkyrie shows up at like the council of the gods or whatever, and is like, no, don't do it. We've got to have a tournament,
Right.
the Ragnarok. And so it ends up being this like, I think it's like an 8-on-8, like so
Yeah,
eight gods fight 8. So there's 8 matches. 8 gods match up with 8 different humans from throughout human history, which I think is one of the cooler parts about
Right.
it. Is that
I
like,
thought it was like modern when I first heard. I'm like, how are they gonna? And I saw the character. And I'm like, oh,
yeah,
it's like all through history.
yeah. So it's really interesting some of the characters they bring in. So I've watched the whole first season, and they haven't come out with the second one yet. And so it hasn't. In the first season, it doesn't make it all the way through the tournament. It really only gets past the first, like, I think 3 matches is what you end up getting to see it entirely. And the first 2 episodes don't even cover, like, the first match.
Right.
Like, it hasn't finished yet. So the first match is, like, Thor versus Lu Bu, which is this Chinese, like, general guy who I knew nothing about.
I knew a little bit about Lubu.
Okay.
So when I first saw it, I'm gonna talk more about it in the next when we do the episode on it.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought it was Genghis Khan.
Oh,
That's
okay.
why when I see all the chanting, I'm like, okay, this is Genghis Khan. Like, there's no way it's anyone else.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm like, oh, Lubu. Okay.
Which is super cool. So
Yeah.
the thing I like about the show most is like the premise is just super ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like these humans are going to go up against the gods, and the plot device they use to like make it somewhat even is that the Valkyries turn themselves into these godly weapons that the humans can use, and to make it kind of a fair fight. But I mean, these humans are as strong as they are, as cool as it is.
Yeah.
Like there's time and time again just super outmatched. But the ridiculousness of the show is what I enjoy. The fact
Right.
that this is so insane. Like this wouldn't really happen. Like if the gods were really going to go up in one-on-one matches against humans, even with godly weapons, like it's not going to matter.
Right.
Not even close.
No.
But it's super fun to watch.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh yeah, what if, Thor took on this, Chinese general guy who was one of the strongest
Right.
to ever exist or whatever. And they take an interesting take on a lot of stuff. Like in that first episode, you see
Right.
Thor, and looks very different. He's got like red hair, and he's got these gloves which are from like the mythology and stuff
Right.
to make it to where he can hold Mjolnir. But Mjolnir is depicted as, instead of this like this stuff you see on Marvel, it's like
Yeah.
this one-handed smaller hammer. Like in Record of Ragnarok, it's this super massive
What I think might be actually more accurate
to like an actual depiction of like, which may be true, but it's definitely not what you're used to seeing.
Yeah, when you think of Thor, you don't think of Ragnarok. You think of Marvel.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
At least that's what I think.
So, and it's just very different looking than what I had ever seen
Right.
depicted. And there's a bunch of cool stuff that takes place. There's all these stories that unfold. You get to hear some of these backstories of the humans and
Right.
some god to god interactions and everything. It's just it's really interesting, and I love the Greek pantheon and
Right.
like god mythology. And so when they're exploring it and kind of animating it, visualizing a bunch of it, I just get super excited because it's like the kid fantasy of,
Right.
well, what if so and so fought so and so? You know what I mean?
Right.
So every like what if show or comic
Right.
book where you're like, okay, this isn't part of the canon of the storyline, but I still want to see these two guys fight
Right.
because it looks cool.
Right.
And so I'm all about it because it's just this.
So should we
ridiculous fight.
see like Shaggy versus Odin?
I'd watch it. I'd watch it.
The Ultra Instinct Shaggy.
Ultra Instinct Shaggy, yes.
There's a whole thing about that. Or Bebo the God Bidoof.
I remember you showing me. I didn't know about Bebo
Bebo!
until we were doing an episode on
I think it was a
something.
Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah.
I think was it. The first Scarlet and Violet episode we did. We were talking about Bebo.
So that was my first exposure to Bebo the God Bidoof, which is, I don't know, I'd watch a fight. I'd watch a fight about him or whoever.
Yeah.
I love those types of things. Just unusual matchups of like
Right.
things. Like there was a National Geographic show a while back, which was called Versus or something. But the whole point of it was like, a lion and a tiger are never going to run into each other in the wild.
Right.
Like they live just miles and miles apart.
Right.
They're not going to just happen to run into each other. You'll never see a fight between them.
Right.
So this show was all about like evaluating their strengths, weaknesses,
Right.
like actually doing some scientific tests for like bite pressure and how much damage they could do with claws. And they would do this with all kinds of different animals.
Right.
And it was one animal versus another. So one was like an elephant versus a rhinoceros,
Right.
or I think one was like an anaconda versus a crocodile or an alligator
Right.
or something like that. So I'm a huge fan of like unusual matchups.
Right.
Anytime that somebody will animate something like that, I'll watch it.
So I guess it means I need to animate something like that then.
If you do, I'll watch it.
Got it.
I will watch a fight between two, like a chair and a stool. You never see a chair and a stool fight in real life, but
That would be interesting, actually.
that could be fun to watch. I'd watch
Yeah.
it. That's
I'll have to-
that's what I'm saying.
Put that out to the animation team.
I wouldn't suggest like the stool versus the chair.
Right,
There's
yeah.
probably a better matchup.
Right.
I feel like it couldn't come out to anything but a draw. But I mean, I don't know.
We could figure it out.
We could do something.
So another show I was watching recently, or like a genre, was not genre, like series, was Pirates of the Caribbean.
The movies?
The movies, yeah.
Okay.
I watched them completely out of order, kind of. So the third movie, which is Pirates of the Caribbean: At World's End, right? That's my favorite out of all of them. That's my favorite one. So I watched that one. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna watch then Dead Man's Chest.
Okay.
That's the second one. I watched that one, kind of got a little bit of backstory, and I'm like, okay, cool. All right, I'm gonna go back and watch World's End again.
Okay.
So I got to watch those, which They're just kind of cool.
Is At World's End the one with Penelope Cruz? She's like a female captain type person. What happens at World's End? I don't know if I remember that one.
So at World's End, it's basically the Lord Beckett is wanting to get rid of all the pirates.
Mm-hmm.
So the pirates have to bring Jack Sparrow back from Davy Jones' locker, where he was eaten by the Kraken the movie before.
Right.
Right. So then they have to call what's called the Brethren's Court for the 9 pieces of 8. Doesn't actually make sense when you think about it. That's what they're pirates.
The 9 pieces of 8 sounds cool.
That's exactly what's said in the movie.
Oh, okay.
So one of the scenes when they go to the Brethren's Court, when they actually do the 9 pieces of 8, one of the guys goes to Gibbs and says, "This is all junk." Like, yeah, when the first pirate Brethren Court was made, they realized they were all really broke. So but like, why don't we just call it junk? I said, doesn't sound as cool. So we call it 9 pieces of 8. Or do we want to call it 9 pieces of junk in our pockets?
Yeah.
Because we're all broke. So, which is actually something that was said in the movie.
Okay.
So it's kind of cool. And so then Davy Jones is actually with Lord Beckett, trying to get rid of the pirates and stuff.
Because Davy Jones is a squishy guy.
The squiddy
guy.
One of the scenes in that movie, it's like really freaky, but it's cool. Kind of scary when I was a kid. So Davy Jones, one of the Lord Beckett's captains who was supposedly taking charge of the Dutchman, his ship.
Oh, yeah.
So he saves him from a cannon blast, then grabs him and uses his tentacle around his face. Chokes him, and then the tentacle's like up his nose, out his mouth. It's freaky. Cool looking though.
Yeah.
But really, really freaky.
It's kind of gross.
When you're like 5 years old or something, it's kind of like, ooh.
Yeah, that would really bother me. Talking about like being scared at 5 years old. When I was I wasn't 5. I was a little older than that, but I remember I was young enough to be a kid and still be scared by movies.
Right.
With the first time I watched the movie Signs.
Oh yeah.
Which, I just remember thinking how real it seemed.
Right.
Like, I'm watching a movie and I know it's on like the TV, but it still felt like so intense, and it was like Signs was a great example of like the Jaws effect,
right?
Where like you wait and you wait, and they keep teasing this monster, and they keep teasing this thing, and they keep teasing like this thing's gonna come get you, and then all of a sudden it pops up, but it's still not like a really good look, and so it really creates like this super sense of like anxiety and anticipation. I remember being terrified of that movie.
Oh yeah.
I watched it all the way through. Like, I didn't run away screaming, but I was super freaked out.
Right. The hardest part now that I watched the movie too with pirates, especially World's End, at World's End. There is so much betrayal in that movie. It's real. If you're not paying really close attention, you're not going to understand what's going on. Because you have Barbossa, which is one of the pirates who's trying to, in a way, backstab Sao-Fe, which is another pirate lord. But he's trying to backstab Barbossa to kill Jack Sparrow.
Right.
Will is trying to work for Beckett to turn on Sao-Fe and the other pirate lords, but then to turn against the Dutchman.
Yep.
The Dutchman is trying to turn against Beckett and the pirates at the same time.
Yep.
It's Jack is turning against Will. Will is turning against Jack. It's just this, if you're not paying attention, you're not going to know what's happening.
Yeah,
because there's just so much betrayal, like back and forth. It's really hard.
Pirate's life. You know?
Pirate's life. What's another cool thing? I'll see if there's another show you have. At the very end, you have Jack Sparrow sailing on the ship because Barbossa took the Black Pearl again, right? And so Barbossa tries to show his crew like the Fountain of Youth map, right? He pulls it out like this, doesn't look at it, just looks at the men like, and the guys go. So he lifts it up, right, and there's this hole in it that you just see Barbossa head because Jack took the map. He goes, Sparrow. And then at the very end of it, or whatever, you have Jack Sparrow, who's in this little boat looking at the map, and it goes, drink up, meades yo-oh, and then it ends, which is really cool.
Nice.
So I really like that movie. I was watching
The
that.
Fountain of Youth.
Which goes on to the fourth movie, which is On Stranger Tides. It's a terrible movie. Don't watch it.
Okay.
So I don't recommend that one. That's the worst out of the franchise.
Stranger Tides.
On Stranger Tides, yeah.
I don't think I ever saw that one.
It's not very good.
Yeah.
That's kind of stupid.
Fair enough. I'm no interest in seeing it. Like I really enjoyed the first one.
The first one's great.
The second one, I remember
It was a
liking,
filler.
but I don't remember much about it.
Yeah, that was me too.
Yeah.
It was more of a filler kind of movie, not really a lot.
Just a movie.
yeah,
like,
just a filler. Kind of.
catching the good fortune of pirates. You know, Black Pearl, the first one, because it
Yeah.
was super popular.
Yeah,
that
in the
first
very
one.
beginning of World's End, so they're doing the punishing the pirates in a not very kind way.
Yeah.
I'll just say that for the sake of audio.
Kid friendly.
Kid friendly, right. So, and then they all decide, this one boy comes up, probably 7 years old, starts singing Hoist the Colors, which is the Pirates theme song, right? Then all the people that were convicted of piracy were all just singing. And then you see all the guards kind of like stepping back, like, and then one of the guys comes up to Lord Beckett, like, "Sir, they're singing." Like, it's not scary, they're just singing.
Yeah.
But they're like all terrified because they're like all singing.
What's gonna happen?
And Beckett just goes, "Perfect." And that's it. And the scene ends. It's just like, why are you guys scared of pirates singing? They're singing.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I might have to go watch at World's End.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I might have seen it or seen
Yeah.
part of it or something because I remember the 9 Pieces of 8, but I don't, like, I have no reference in my brain or my memories of, like, anything else happening
Right.
in that movie in particular.
Yeah.
But I do like the first couple movies, so I'll have to go give that a shot.
Yeah.
My other show that I've been watching is not a show so much as a game.
Okay.
Been playing a lot of Ark Survival Evolved.
Oh, yeah. I think we talked about that.
We've talked about it a little bit. I super enjoy that game, and I've been getting back into a little bit. Back into the. So the hard thing about that game is there's like a PvP, there's a PvE, and there's a like just a solo. You can
Right.
like just play on your own console where you. So I play on Xbox One, not on a PC, and so on the solo one is the place where I like when you turn it off, the game actually freezes and like nothing happens while you're
Right.
not logged on. On PvE and PvP, the server that you're on, like it continues.
Right.
So anybody else that's playing on that server, if they get on while you're off, like if you're on PvE, like, and all the servers have different settings and stuff, but like, so the main thing to do in Ark is get on PvP and you tame dinosaurs, build a
Right.
base, make equipment. You're ultimately trying to beat these big boss things on the map, which you have to collect artifacts for and all this stuff.
Right.
But the whole time, like, if somebody else is on the server and they come across your base and they have the means to, they're going to destroy your base and
Right.
take your stuff. And so
Yeah.
it could be like a couple of days worth of work or a couple weeks worth of work, just completely undone in a
Yeah.
moment. And so every time you log in, it's like, is my base going to be there, or am I going to hit that screen that shows the world map and it's like you were killed by so and so.
Right.
So there's a lot of excitement in that.
Right.
Like, oh, I got to really play hard and play smart. But it's also super frustrating
Right.
because like these other guys or tribes who like are like max level and have all the best dinosaurs and dragons and all kinds of whatever stuff, like when you're getting just started out, they'll come find you and
Right.
destroy everything, and it's super
Yeah.
frustrating. So I stopped playing for a while
Right.
because I had my fill, but I've been getting back into it because it's exciting and I
Okay.
love the game and it's fun. Like it's like Minecraft. It's a lot about building your base
Yeah.
and doing like just creative stuff, but there's also just a real, I mean, it looks really good.
Right.
The dinosaurs look super realistic. It's just a fun. There's a lot of really fun mechanics. You can
Yeah.
tame the dinosaurs. You can breed the dinosaurs, but it's not like in a super nasty graphic way. Like the dinosaurs will stand next to each other, and then all of a sudden an egg pops out. Like,
Right.
So it's a really cool game that I enjoy
Yeah, I played a little
lot.
bit of it.
Yeah, but it is hard,
Yeah.
and there's no like tutorial or instructions. So
no,
it's
not
like
at all.
I think when me and my buddy first started playing, we spent 3 days, and we're just constantly dying because we couldn't figure out how to eat food,
Oh yeah.
like how to make a fire and put the meat in there,
Right.
and all that stuff. So it was rough. It was
Yeah.
a big learning curve, but I love it. I love the
Yeah.
game, and it looks like I like it so much better than Minecraft because it looks like what I want it to look like.
Right.
It has those great graphics that just look really awesome.
Right.
But it is the sandbox where you can kind of do what you want.
Right.
And when you do something like you build a base in a good spot and it lasts for a couple of days or a week or something, you feel really accomplished.
Right.
But I play solo most of the time, so I haven't Me and my buddy Garrett were playing for a while,
Uh-huh.
but then he got a job, and we don't play as much anymore.
Well, yeah, that's. I played Pokemon Arceus for the first time on stream.
Oh yeah.
First time I did it streaming because I knew my reaction would be awesome.
Yeah.
I absolutely loved it.
Okay.
First little bit, I got to like the first tutorial and stuff. Then it started getting a little bit scary when Pokemon started chasing you.
Oh really?
Because Arceus. Okay, so have you played Arceus yet?
No.
So Arceus, basically, you're in the ancient Pokemon world, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Pokemon and people are not friends
Hmm.
at all, most times.
Yeah.
So the Pokemon will attack you, not your Pokemon, you. And they've actually hit me.
Yeah.
So it's really scary when you have like a Geodude chasing you. Just saying. So I was still trying to figure out the control, and they don't give you like a control tutorial on
Okay.
everything.
Yeah.
And it's not like you can access like your Pokedex stuff. You have to like travel back to areas. There's a lot.
Because it's the ancient times. You
Yeah,
don't have
it's
the same
not as-
technology.
So there's a lot to it. But on accident, so like I said, I'm still working on the controls. I'm at this mountain, right, trying to harvest this plant. I accidentally click Y. What Y is dodge. So, but which means like you catapult.
Okay.
I was on the side of a mountain.
Ah.
I pressed Y, and now I saw beforehand, before I did that, right, there was the evil red, this like super overpowered Pokemon you want to stay away from, right?
Oh yeah.
That was like
yeah.
really, you've seen the videos. Like,
Yeah,
really,
I've seen.
I knew it was down there.
Okay.
So I'm lunging. I'm like, oh no. I didn't die, thankfully.
Mhm.
Almost. And I'm like, I'm looking around like, I don't know where this is. So I just like start walking and I bolt. It's almost like Skyrim in a way where you can like climb up mountains a little bit.
Oh
So
yeah.
it's a little, you're not supposed to, but there is certain ways to get around it.
Yeah, if you just keep going back and forth for long enough. Yeah.
And it was like, that was terrifying. And then like this beginning part, like Shinx, they'll chase you. Not very tough though.
Yeah.
Bidoof will run from you. Starlies will run from you. Once you start getting into some of the other Pokemon, like a Stantler charged me.
Yeah.
I was going to harvest a tree, and I hear something like, what's that? And I turn around, there's a Geodude right next to me. I'm like,
Yeah.
so I threw out my Pokemon. Very, very scary.
How does the combat work in it?
It works pretty good.
Is it a turn-based thing, or is it more of like?
It's still a turn base,
Okay.
more or less. But instead of like just staying there looking at it, you can actually walk around the Pokemon and stuff. So
and
actually
you
see-
still issue commands.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's.
But the Pokemon you're fighting could choose to engage you instead.
Yeah.
Can you throw out multiple Pokemon at once?
No.
They haven't done that yet.
No.
That'd be cool. 6-on-6 Pokemon battle, like free for all, go
Yeah.
nuts. That'd be kind of cool.
So, and we're hopefully gonna get Scarlet and Violet soon. I'm gonna try to stream with some people, so we do like the 4
Yeah, when is it supposed to come out? November?
November.
Okay. So that's not too far away.
No, and I'm looking forward to getting that. Like I've seen some trailers, which got more episodes on.
Yeah, we gotta talk about the trailers.
Yeah.
That'll be exciting. I'm looking forward. I want to get it. I need to pick up and finish Shield.
Yeah.
Anytime I get on the Switch now, it's with my kids,
Yeah.
and we're playing Mario Kart,
Oh yeah.
which is a ton of fun. I
Right.
love Mario Kart. We played the Lego game a little bit,
Oh yeah.
and my youngest was asking me. No, it wasn't my youngest. It was we had some friends' kids over, and the friends' kids were asking to play Pokemon. And I wanted to fire it up for them, but we ended up not having time, so I was
Yeah.
bummed out. Because I do like Pokemon Sword a lot.
Right.
So I need to finish the story.
Yeah, I've beaten the story in Sword. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just like I was doing it a little bit today, just running around. You can actually get a Victini in Sword. There's like
Really?
a special mystery gift you can get. So I just got that
Oh.
today.
15.
I'll send you the code so you can get it.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Because it's like and then like next week, on like the 20 up till the 26th, you can get Ash's Dragonite.
Yeah,
So I think there's.
that's what's up.
So I thought that was kind of cool. Yeah, it's cool. Still trying to watch some more shows. Like I said, I haven't had a lot of time.
Busy. You've been dealing with some stuff.
Yes.
Yep.
Do you have any other before I?
No, that's it. That's what I'm watching right now. So that's it.
Yeah, I want to watch one show. It's one of my top like 5 animes
Mm-hmm.
of all time besides Naruto. It's called Guilty Crown.
Okay.
I don't know if you're able to watch. I don't know where. I think it's only on like Hulu and Funimation, but I want to go back and start watching it again because
Mhm.
like it's really this first like few episodes is kind of like but once you get towards like the end of the first season up to the second season, there's a lot of stuff in it.
So you got to get through the first season
Well, you got to get through the first quarter of the first season
before it picks up.
before you. There's a lot of action, but you have to start getting in that story
Yeah.
after that, like first 5 episodes or so.
Ohuma Shu is a 17-year-old boy who accidentally obtains a rare and great power.
Yes.
Interesting. Guy Tsutsugami?
I don't know.
Tsutsugami.
I don't remember exactly.
Guy. All right. Cool names.
Yeah.
I'll go see if I can find this somewhere to watch it and give it a chance.
Because if you do, we have to talk about it.
The artwork's nice. These pictures.
It's actually some of the inspiration of one of the shows I'm working on.
Ah.
Again, not copying, but it's more of a
Inspiration.
inspiration.
Inspiration is
So-
inspiration.
Speaking of animations,
Yes.
we got some progress,
Yeah.
which I think you saw a little bit of.
Mm-hmm.
So we've officially did the name of the show.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Notive. NOTV.
NOTV. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you want to say the full name or just that?
Well, I know the name.
You know the name. Should
Yeah.
we?
Do you want? Is now the time? Is now when you want to?
If you check the TikTok video, it's on there.
It's on there, so they should go check out
TikTok.
TikTok.
I would say, I don't know if I put it on my Hazard page, but I know it's on my personal, Josh Does Things 3. Yeah, you can check that. Or if you look at Hazard Animations, you'll see both my accounts there.
But if you're gonna go on the TikTok, then you should go on to the Twitch as well. Check out YouTube and the merch store, the Discord, Instagram, TikTok, like everywhere.
Everywhere.
Like,
We're trying. So Trent and I are working, since we're part of the animation team,
Mm-hmm.
and we're gonna start doing pre-teasers, like
Okay.
teaser to the teaser.
Ah.
So there's gonna be like a lot of build up. We're gonna start with now.
Yeah.
So the first clip, it was only like 10 seconds long.
Yeah.
It's a very teaser. The next thing we're working on is we're going to work on a quote from a person where you're going to hear, I'm not going to give a lot of details.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to hear it in the beginning of the show. We're going to do some quotes on it. You're not going to know the name of the person or
Character or any information.
nothing. But it's kind of a teaser for now. Talking about teasers.
Yeah.
The disclaimer of this episode that you guys heard already is actually the same character.
Oh.
You guys cannot.
Which is funny because I haven't, like sitting right here, I haven't heard the
You have
voice
not.
yet because you haven't sent me the disclaimer audio.
I got to make sure I send it to you when I get
Okay.
home.
Okay.
But that's so you guys won't know any of the. You guys can't know the name of it. Nothing.
It's a teaser to the teaser.
So this episode will be the voice of that character.
Wow. That's exciting. I think it's super cool. Like stuff's happening and wheels
Yeah.
are turning and things are
And
moving.
another thing too, I don't know if I showed you the logo. I think I did. You might have seen it.
Maybe. I seen a lot of things, but I haven't seen everything. Yes,
Okay.
I've seen that logo.
So I
Which
was
if
trying
you're
to-
listening, you haven't seen it.
yeah,
because-
it's unless you check out the videos, of course.
check out the videos.
I kind of had to do an executive decision with that
Mhm.
because everyone was like saying, "Well, this logo looks too much like this. This logo's like this." I'm like, "Okay, well, we need to set a logo so I can start teasering trailers."
Yeah,
Everyone's like, but no one was saying. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna make an executive decision.
we're doing it.
We're doing this logo.
Yeah.
This is what it's called. We're moving on to the next step.
All right.
Just because something needs to get. Hopefully, if we get everything going, we'll have an
Mhm.
actual trailer, about less than 2 minutes long, an
Mhm.
official,
Yeah,
out by January.
that would be cool.
Because we're gonna go to LA Con.
Yep.
Because we didn't get to go to Sacramento, which is you'll hear this a lot after.
Yeah.
But I wasn't able to go for health reasons. But we're going to LA,
LA,
so that's the second biggest in California.
do it up.
So
When's that one?
January 4th through the
Sometime in-
6th, I
Okay.
think, is something like that.
Cool.
So I'll be there for a week
Nice.
because I'm gonna go. I'll be there for. I say a week. It's like a work week, so 5 days. I'll be
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the day before it starts, the day after it starts. Since it's the second biggest in California, I'm thinking I'm gonna want a day just to stay in the hotel
Mm-hmm.
and rest.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be one of those.
Do a little recovery.
Yeah, before I even decide to drive home.
Maybe have some fun before leaving LA.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So, and again, you're going to hear this episode afterwards. This Friday, I leave to Disneyland.
oh,
Not tomorrow, next Friday.
Next Friday.
So I'll have an episode Thursday.
And you're gonna have some footage from
Yes.
your time in Disneyland.
I will have my GoPros with me and stuff. You actually get to see me build the lightsaber,
Yeah.
and I'll have my Jedi robe
Yes.
with me. I am taking that,
Good.
which we got to work on stuff with that too,
Oh yeah, we do.
because I haven't started that.
Yep. We need to
That's another thing.
get boned up on that.
So a lot of disclaimers, or not disclaimers, a lot of
A
teasers.
lot of announcements.
Yeah,
A
there's
lot of stuff going on,
and again, I can't give a lot of details.
which is good.
So-
It's got to be a little, mysterious.
Yeah.
You don't want to give away everything.
No, of course not.
I love it.
So that's kind of a lot of stuff's going on.
Cool.
And so those, like I said, so for right now, a lot of the teasers and stuff are coming. That there's like a teaser to the teaser. It's not a lot of detail. It's just there.
But if somebody goes and follows us and checks out all these different links that we have, like they're gonna get as much as we're giving out.
Yeah.
Okay, so they should definitely do that. So if you support us, you follow us, you like us at all, give a follow, give a like, subscribe.
Rate
to
the
these different
podcast that you're
things.
listening to right now. I know Spotify, Apple, all can you do ratings. We
Yeah.
got a merch store too, which is really cool.
Yeah, and there's some good shirts on there.
So also one quick thing, I know we got to start moving things along.
Yeah.
The TikTok video I did, one of the first ones I did with my iPad, the one with the editing and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
it's got over 1,900 views
Whoa.
and over 360 likes.
Nice.
And so it went completely viral
Yeah.
for my follower count.
Yeah.
So I was
That
thank
feels
you guys
pretty
if you
good.
guys are listening seeing that. So I'm trying to get that's my personal account. So
Which one's your personal account?
it's-
Were you gonna say it on the air?
Yeah, it was Josh Does 3 Things. Or
Josh-
Josh Does Things 3.
Things. 3. I'm gonna go check it out.
Or if you look up Hazard Animations, both ones will pop up there.
Josh Does Things 3. I'm gonna verify. Okay, where's
Spell
this?
check.
Spell check. 1953. Whoa.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
So it turned out.
Yeah,
And then
it
we also had a
turned
new
out really
addition
good.
to the team also.
Yeah.
So we might actually have some new audio for the podcast.
Okay.
Like the intro and stuff. So we might get some of that coming in.
That'd be
soon,
great.
Which would be awesome.
That's super exciting.
So I guess I should hand it back over to you because you're kind of the one.
I'm in
Leading.
charge, so I got to wrap it up. Did you have anything else? Any closing final thoughts? You just dumped a whole bunch of information on
I dumped a
everybody.
lot of information. Next episode I think is going to be Ragnarok.
Yeah, we'll talk more about Record of Ragnarok. So if you're listening to this, go give it a check out. The first couple episodes or something. It's wild. It's just a
Yeah.
wild show. But we'll talk more about that next week. And so if that's all we've got, I just want to say thanks for tuning in. And remember, it's okay to be hazardous. Just don't get caught.
You
Bye.
sure?
Yeah,
Okay. Don't get caught, guys.
just don't get caught. There. Ah!